Welcome to Consultants Corner. I'm Rebecca Brizi. This is my corner. I am a consultant. We have very atmospheric light today. It is entirely natural light, but it is overcast and raining. But we won't stop making videos just for that. I recently finished reading the book, The One World Schoolhouse by Salman Khan. That's the founder of the Khan Academy, which is an online learning platform. One of the great lessons I took away from this book was his explanation of how anybody can learn anything. We just might learn it differently. We learn different things at a different pace and in a different way. So even if somebody else learns something before we do, that doesn't mean that we are not capable of learning the thing. What's powerful about this is how it brings the concentration back to the things we can control. It removes the focus on how we compare to those outside of us to simply what we decide to do for ourselves. It reminded me of a time in middle school. I'd had a science test and I came back with the results and they were not great. And so my parents, of course, said, "Why did you get these results? Why not better results?" And my response, nonsensical though it was, though typical for the age, was, well, I still did better than the rest of the class. It was a really tough test. To which my parents said, that doesn't answer the question of why you didn't do better on the test. What was it that you didn't know? What was the information that was lacking for you to do better than you actually did? This wasn't about how I did relative to other people. It's not even about how I did relative to the difficulty of the test. They were asking quite literally, what's the missing knowledge? I found this approach to actually be incredibly liberating. Going into tests, in particular with this teacher who could be quite tough in her grading system, my thought was always, how difficult is this test going to be? How challenging is it going to be? Is it going to be too hard, or is it going to be easy enough? Always focused on the test, like the test is out to get me. Now all of a sudden, I wasn't thinking about the test. I was thinking about, what do I need to know? What have we been taught on the subject matter? What do I need to know to really grasp the subject matter? What do I need to know to answer questions about the subject matter? And studying became easier because it was focused on the things that I could control. What am I going to read? What am I going to spend time on? How am I going to learn this material? As opposed to, what's on the test? I have no way of knowing until I'm in the room. I was worrying much less about the things I couldn't control and putting my energy into the things that I could control. What does this have to do with your business? It's the same thing. Focus your energy on the things you can control. This isn't about looking what's around your business, whether it's competitors or peers in other industries, and saying they're doing this and they're successful. Why am I not successful when I do the same thing? Or should I be doing that? It is about saying, what do I want to do? How do I want to be? What can I control? What are my talents and how can I use them? Where can I put my efforts? The actions might look different from everybody else. The results might look different from everybody else. It only matters if those actions and those results are not important to you. Do things that are important to you. Don't try to be better than the competition. Try only to be the best version of you. Try to make your business the best version of your business. Put energy into the things that you control. The opposite, putting energy into things you don't control, will use up a lot of energy and will not change a thing. As homework, I'm going to ask you to do the opposite of what I'm saying. Write down all the ways in which you are better than somebody else. Another service provider, a competitor, you choose. That is the list of things I want you to never talk about, never work on, simply never think of again. Take that sheet of paper, rip it up, throw it in the fireplace. Write down instead what it is about you, not relative to somebody else or something else, but just you. What are you good at? What value do you bring to your clients? What is it like to be around you? How do you want to be known in the market? That's the list that you keep. Join me back here next week when we'll be talking about accountability. Always a good subject. Until then, subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and I will see you next week with our next video. Bye now.